From our house in the little village I lived in was a reservoir. The village used to get the water, pipe it down, and my partner and I, we were out walking with our 22s. Al Raymond, and out in the middle was a beaver swimming. And Al said, "I wonder if I can hit him." Bang! Right down he went. So there was an old game warden used to kind of watch the place. Art Coons, his name was. He was a good old guy. And I bumped into him a week later. He said, "Somebody shot that beaver up in the reservoir." I said, "They did." What do you know about that? That old beaver went, shit. Then he must have floated ashore, and he found him.
Yeah.
He floated ashore.
He wouldn't have left caught whoever doing that.
That's the same reservoir they busted me and Roger for.
Yeah, sure. Coach Schaefer, right? Schaefer?
Bob Schaefer, yeah.
Wasn't he your baseball coach too?
Yep.
Tell him how many times you hit a guy in a row pitching. When you were pitching baseball, how many guys did you hit in a row?
Yeah.
How many
I wish you'd get your ears fixed.
Yeah.
4 or 5 of them right in a row. The other coach said, "Get that man out of there." Bob Schaefer said, "You stay right there, kid." You know, laying him right down. Used to call me Cap, the principal. He said, "Cap, gonna have to expel you out of school now because you're so far ahead of the other kids, they don't want to come into class with you." I said, "You're kidding." "No, I'm not." It's a 36 Ford Coupe.
Oh yeah?
I got it in my head. I got tired of hitting spikes. I said, "I'm going to go in the Army." I just turned 18. So I enlisted in the Army. And Mom and Dad, they had me put the car right on the front lawn. Right by the porch, the screened-in porch.
Yeah.
They had me park it right there until I come home. That thing sat there for 3 years.
3 years, right? Yeah, you're in service 3 years.
Okinawa, when that war broke out, and they were taking guys all around me, companies, and they shipping them out whole countries. And I was on guard duty in an old depot one night, and I knew a bunch of them was coming through on trucks. There must have been about 30 trucks, them big ones. And I'm walking around with I have my M1 carbine, and they come. I could see them coming down the road, and those old carbines, they hold 30 shots. Boy, and I seen them coming when they got going by me. They were about 20 feet from me in the road. I sprayed 30 shots right over their heads. They were headed for Vietnam.
Happy birthday, dear Cappy. Happy birthday to you.
A month and a half before we go, because you couldn't get no water.
Fishing Lake Champlain.
Yeah.
So we'd have to take water frozen. And we go to Vermont, unload our little boat. We had these 4 boys, and they had 2 of my partners. We'd take everything across to New York State side. They call it Putnam Station. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Been there, man. Yeah.
It was just
Half a mile far across.
big enough
Yeah.
to put a tent. And they had just a wall tent. And we put that tent up, and we stayed there for 3 days. Cook everything on the fire.
We had spaghetti. We had corn on the cob.
Fish. From
Frog
morning
legs.
till night.
Frog legs.
Oh, God,
Fish.
that
All
sounds
we did
good.
is fish.
Yeah.
Catch everything.
Wow.
Walk along the 22.
And I had a-
shoot.
I had a set line. Tie it to the end of your set line. And take the boat, take a big stone out. When you think you got down about far enough where you get enough tension, drop the stone. And then we go back in and we pull it up.
About 40 swivels.
And it had,
Big swivels.
it had
Beat 'em up.
snap rings on the line.
Yeah.
About that far apart. We could put 50 hooks. And we'd snap them on, and the rubber band would pull it back out all the while. We'd put the bait on, worms, live bait, whatever we could get. And that rubber band would pull that right back out. And then, sometimes at night, you'd see the white string go like this in the water, you know?
Big
Yeah.
catfish,
You know you
big
got
eel.
Yeah.
Catfish, eel,
Sounds
sheep's
good.
head,
Oh.
perch.
It was
It's a
even
big one.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
even better. When
Pull it up.
It was even better in the morning. You're the first one up, and you went out and pulled a line and it pulled back. Oh yeah! Oh
When
yeah!
you had that, when you had that line with all that tension, boy, you don't want to let go because that's 50 hooks you're gonna get ripped.
Oh yeah! Oh, yeah. You're going out with it. You're going out.
And then to top it off, there was a hill between where we had the tent and the railroad tracks.
I don't know what he's talking about here.
I have no.
And these guys,
For the record, this did not happen.
they get a pile of stones and take them up on the hill and leave them there. When they heard a train come, they'd run up, start throwing the stones at the train. And then
Oh,
they've done that for quite a while.
oh, like you didn't do it as a kid.
Oh yeah.
And then I see the trains go by home, and they're all enclosed. They got these wire things.
I like to think we contribute to that.
We saw a need.
Nobody-
we saw a need.
Nobody knew nothing. Dozen deer on the garage floor, and he caught me. He caught me coming out with my partner. It was just after dark on my 3-wheeler, and he jumped up in the grass, and he told me who he was. And boy, he stayed right on my back. Whew, tough.
Dad, he had a red.
You had a fox.
You
in
had
the
a
cage.
fox in the cage, didn't you?
Huh?
He used to keep a red fox in the cage to
For the
collect
urine.
the urine because it was $70 a pint for fox piss. So we had fox all the time in the backyard. It's a great aroma in the backyard all the time.
We thought they were pets.
When I got advanced in the trapping enough,
Rats, yes.
I found out that the fox urine, they were getting $30 a gallon to buy it. Fox urine. Your partner, he knows about that. Yeah. So I caught a red fox. I put him in a little cage out in the building.
The rabbit
I
cages.
put a little wire pan under,
Humanitarian.
and I tipped it just so when he urinated, it would run right in the bucket, see? I'm catching my own urine. He found that. Oh, gee. You're not supposed to have one.
Hey, Dad. Hey. Didn't you kill the fox and skin him and put the carcass in the back, and he went and found the carcass down on the brick?
Yeah. It was
Because he
over by
couldn't
the
part
fire.
with the $70 for the skin, the pelt. He had to have the pelt, so he couldn't just let the fox go. No.
Boy, he went over those deer with the tags with a fine tooth comb.
He nailed it for all kinds of stuff.
And
That's
that
fine.
trip,
You got
that
yours
trip cost me about $400.
We had to call in a lot of
Took me down to
family
the judge.
favors.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of family favors got called in.
I
The
was
county,
cutting-
big
I
county.
was cutting meat down cellar at the time. I had a room partitioned off where I was cutting meat. And he went around after dark and looked in the cellar window. And he wanted to know what that room was down cellar. So I had to take him down and show him. This was where I was cutting deer. Well, he was satisfied with that. But he still give me the business, oh boy. Let my pet facts go.
My pet fox go.
Let him go.
I would have loved to get.
Into
I would have got.
Yes.
Loved to get him transferred out to Kansas.
No.
That was the best thing. The next best thing I do, I married my wife.
Yeah.
She doesn't say that.
You don't say that all the time.
Only when she's not here.
Yeah. You're pretty tough right now.
When not seen her.
Yeah.
I said, I don't want you to miss me too bad, honey. Oh, don't worry about that, honey. I said, how much do you think you're going to miss me? She goes, not that much. I said, well, I'm going to miss you about this. I said, I can't help that. You're going. That boat.
Yeah, you know, we had a good time that day. I know that day he's thinking of.
Yeah.
And we went out with your mom and your dad in that boat, in the boat.
At the bass, at the fishing contest.
Absolutely. And we fished for crappie, and we had the greatest time. Mom and dad, and your mom and your dad and me. You know, I don't think we were there.
Yeah.
And we had such a great time. Such a great time. That's what I remember about that day.
That's cool.
This is a yellow camp and a white camp.
Tell us about the gun.
Oh, I used to hunt with this when I was about 10 years old. This used to belong to Tommy Canister. He used to live below me on the
Delancey
street.
Yep.
And he worked on the railroad, and when he'd get home 3:30, we'd go hunting up on the hogback. And he'd bring me up this to carry.
How old were you? How old were you?
About 10 or 11. And then when it got done, he'd take it back down to his house.
Right.
And then I went to work up to school, gender work. Remember Danny?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, Danny married Tommy's daughter, only had one daughter.
Right.
He married his daughter. And Tommy died before, and Tommy's wife moved up with Danny and his wife. So he had to clean out the house in Lansing. I said, geez, you ever run across any guns? Let me know.
Right.
One night up to school, he come bringing this in. It was all rusty. I redone the stock.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And he said, take it, Cap. You got it. The conclusion of it is, if the Lord was to call me tonight to come home, I've had a great life.